ChatGPT is like nothing but your own thoughts going there, getting into a different structure, coming back to you, and you being happy about it.
Everyone was in a scary state, including me.
It's a human working for a human.
And the future stage, which I see right now, is GPT is still gonna be a dumb person.
So now there's this generation which is coming up. Even my son, he's a 10-year-old and he's so much exposed to the tools.
Jio Hotstar has launched Mahabharat, which is totally AI based.
Do you believe that simply relying on AI?
People say AI is a dumb child, but I feel it is dumber than a child right now.
What do you have to say if somebody from the business background want to know how to get the leads?
They are only doing this for the ventures, for the capitalists, for getting a fund or something like that.
Please don't submit each and every kind of data on AI.
Whole Mahabharat episode created on AI.
People end up talking emotionally with ChatGPT because we can talk and we can be ourselves and there's nobody to judge.
If I see ChatGPT open on your desktop, it is not something I'm going to be losing my mind.
A person like me, can I build my own AI agent? Hi, my name is Pragya Saxena Mohan and we are here for the Long Game Show. Today, I'm being joined by Shruti Singh. Shruti works closely with AI. Now, when I say closely work with AI, that doesn't mean that she's doing some magic or taking any shortcut. Rather, she works on the reality of AI. She helps in automating the processes. She helps in solving day-to-day problems of her business. She enhances the processes using AI, not just relying on any AI tool, rather having a system in place. Now, what I really like about her perspective, that it is grounded. When I say grounded, we see a lot of myth, lot of hype about AI in the market today. So today podcast is all about understanding AI, understanding what is the hype about AI, understanding how AI with a human brain will help you enhance your whole business and help you resolve all those day-to-day problems which you are dealing. So let's have Shruti here, and over to you, Shruti. Hi Shruti, welcome to the Long Game Show. It's really nice to have you today.
Thank you, Pragya. Thank you very much for inviting me for this show.
Today, the all talk is all about AI. So when I saw your profile on LinkedIn, I know, and this is for all the people who are listening this podcast, I know Shruti from a long time, and I know you were always a part of AI, automation tools, and from a very long time. I was very excited to call you, invite you on the show, because I, even as a person, and I want everybody who is watching it to understand AI in the real manner, like the real businesses, how they can use AI. So now I would like to know, when it comes to AI, what one notion comes in your mind? Are you excited about it? Are you having a concern about it? Or is there any fear, like everybody who's having a fear? Do you have any kind of fear related to AI?
Okay, so I'll give you three phases right now. When AI came, which was in 2022, November, when OpenAI launched ChatGPT. So that was the time when everyone was talking about AI. Now everything is gonna vanish anytime soon, and AI is gonna take over by next year or anything, something like that. So that was the early stage where everyone was in a scary state, including me, where I was also learning about this. Only ChatGPT was using, those person who were using ChatGPT used to be a very cool person and they were the go-to person for everyone in the business. But today when you talk about ChatGPT, everyone is like, stop talking about ChatGPT. You also see ads where people are, they have the hook. Are you still using ChatGPT? Then you are a 40-year-old XYZ person, something like that. A hook is being used for every advertisement. I'm sure
Yes.
all the viewers and you have seen that. So that's the middle stage right now. And the future stage, which I see right now, is GPT is still gonna be a dumb person, because I don't know, for the viewers, there's an option of customizing things in ChatGPT where people are allowing you to remove M dashes. Whereas in 2022, it was so told that ChatGPT is going to take over by 23 or 24. When we are recording this, we are sitting in 2026, early stage of the 2026, and it is not, everyone knows that it is not what it is shown or marketed was. So these are the three phases which I have gone through. And the future I also spoke about is, it's still a very long time to where these people, the founders, Sam Altman, XYZ people, Elon Musk, whosoever have founded these LLMs, we are still far away from what they have envisioned for.
How far?
Yeah, good question. So I follow a guy who is not so into the limelight, unlike Elon Musk, Arvind Srinivasan or Sam Altman, viewers, you can Google him. It is Andrej Karapathy, and he's the mind behind OpenAI, and he's an ex-Tesla. And again, back to ChatGPT now. He was the founder of GPT, the person who is always out of the limelight. He's the guy who built this. And if you want to learn something, you can simply go on YouTube and search for Andrej Karapathy, and he has opened everything, all the secrets on in a free channel. You can learn everything how an LLM like ChatGPT he built. And in a podcast, he said that when Tesla was launched, Tesla is a self-driven car. So basically, there's no driver sitting there. So when you are sitting in Tesla as a passenger, there's nobody sitting on the driving seat. Okay, so everything is happening on automation. So he said, when we vision for Tesla, it is still not where we want it to be. Okay, so it took 10 to 15 years for Tesla to be on the roads as it is right now. People are buying Tesla, and Tesla has a good name right now, and it is doing fair job. Like, you can trust it when there's no driver on the driving seat. And he mentioned that right now, all the people who are showing ChatGPT or any LLM on or any AI tools they are showing on the anywhere you are showing, it is only on and only for the demonstration purposes. They are only doing this for the ventures, for the capitalists, for getting a fund or something like that. And that's, I'm not saying, again, you can Google Andrej Karapathy, the man himself has said that, and that's what I think is the as my same take is on this. I think we are still 10 to bare minimum a decade away to where OpenAI or any AI can take you.
So the envision is that we are still far behind. We're just playing around with few of the that even I agree. ChatGPT is like nothing but your own thoughts going there, getting into a different structure, coming back to you, and you being happy about it. That I agree. Shruti, what you would like to say about those people who would like to use AI in their business? All those coaches, solopreneurs, they always find it to be easy to opt for the AI tools, and a lot many people are doing that, selling of it. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so before AI, we used to create workflows. For viewers and for everyone, I would like to clarify for those who don't know, workflows are nothing. When you order a product from Amazon, you directly in real time get an email, you real time get a WhatsApp, real time you get an SMS. Maybe SMS is not working right these days. So how is that happening? That is basically they have set up a workflow that whenever a purchase is happening, whenever a money is debited or credited to our account, the further things is gonna be the user is gonna get the message for their product details and everything, order confirmation and everything. That is a simple workflow which we used to design. Now with the emergence of AI, all the change we have done right now is we have implanted AI in this workflow. Now this is very conditional. Wherever you implant AI, it becomes expensive for any solopreneur and business people. I'm sure those who have already tried and tested it out, they have already got AI out of this simple workflow because they know now that it is getting too very much expensive. So that's my take, and that's what all these people I have met a lot of people, and keep on meeting these people, and they are like. They are more into the complex stage. Like they see some random YouTube video and they're like, I saw this AI agent workflow and I want to voice agent maybe. But when I deployed it, it is not something which is in real use case. More of it, it is also pinching my pocket because it is not even performing how I imagined it or how I trained it for. At the same time, it is also flushing out a lot of money from my pocket. That is the pain they come to me to solve it. So that's what.
No, I agree with you. That what we have noticed, because in our business consultancy, recently what we have seen, people come to us that my expense are more. I'm not able to have lots of profit or revenue. The problem is they don't need a certain tool, but because they feel they have been to a conference or maybe somebody told in their circle and they just bought that. If you can solve your XYZ problem using a tool which is free, why you are getting into a customized? Like, you don't need it. Focus on the real problems. But yeah, people are having that myth. When it comes to AI, see, there are certain people who really want to incline and want to have their AI handling the workflow. Like, do my day-to-day activity. Maybe I don't want to have a team. What do you have to say about that? Like, human touch, is it still important, or you even feel that, okay, fine, AI tool can take care of it?
Okay, so human touch is for sure required. Yes, with AI, what has happened is in a department where earlier we had 20 people, it has been cut short to 5 people now. Yes, AI is charging money for that. But yes, the productivity, AI does not ask for holidays. AI does not ask for festival holidays. AI does not ask
True that.
sick leave or something like that. It does not ask for appraisals and everything. Yes, I don't say that, I don't oppose that AI is not something you should not be going ahead for. What I say is right now it is a stage. The kids who are being taught in the school, even the teacher don't know what they are teaching to the kid, and the kid himself does not know, because all the parents are giving the best to their child for sure. Yeah, you also are a mother and you are giving your best to your child. But this is a stage where nobody can help. This is a stage we are at a point, and I don't know. I'm not a astrologer or something or anything. It can take a decade or over or something like that. But the teacher is not at fault right now. Neither the parents are nor the kids are. This is a stage nobody knows that what is being taught and what I can do. In school we are being taught like tan, cos, theta, xyz. I was also taught. Even till date I am waiting when I'll be using these things in my real life.
True.
Yeah, right. So this is the time where kids are being taught things like that. I've seen, I don't know if your kid is being allowed tabs in your school or not, because I've seen the tabs are now being allowed in the school. I don't know what they are doing with that, but yeah, they are also trying their best. The education system has also revamped with the emergence of AI. We are at a stage where neither a coach nor a trainer, no expert knows what to teach, how to teach, because everybody is into a guessing phase, and it is nobody's fault right now. It is a stage where, remember when computer came for the first time, everybody was trying to learn computer, how to open it, how to operate it, or even by having a computer at your place was a big deal back then. Today, using ChatGPT is not a big deal. But using GPT in efficient way, getting the right output from it is the thing. People look for expert for that. You don't require any expert for that. Just train your GPT, and I think anybody can do that.
Great. Coming with that thought, you feel that trusting AI is better than your own human thinking. Do you believe that?
A big no to this, because again, that's my personal take. You can People can differentiate to that. I don't think people say AI is a dumb child, but I feel it is dumber than a child right now. Because again, it is a stage where it is being trained. A lot of things are happening. If you are aware, the first model of OpenAI consumed for about 200 quintal of electricity, which used to be consumed for I think 2 or 5 years of the American houses.
Okay.
The electricity which American houses consumes, that was used just for training the first model of GPT, which I'm talking about 2022. So you can imagine the models we are getting right now. Obviously it consumes a lot of more energy right now. People are spending that much is not something they are doing for just for the fun. We are at a stage where human intelligence is still irreplaceable, because AI is built by human at the end of the day, and it is being the main job of AI. And all these people, Sam Altman, Elon Musk, they keep on repeating one statement all the time, is that they want AI to enhance the thinking of human. It is not to replace. Yes, again agreeing, it is gonna take a lot of job. It has already done, but it is not gonna, like, again, if you have 20 people, you might be having 5 people, 5 humans in your team. You have to continue with that. But the only thing is, these 5 people are very good, efficient in using AI tools.
Yeah. If they just rely on the AI workflow to just take out all those things, repetitive tasks.
For example, if you deploy a voice agent, sales voice agent, and you sleep, like how they market it, like you can deploy a voice agent for your sales and you can mint money even when you are sleeping or you are traveling. No, that's not the case. That does not happen for sure. There has to be someone who has to take care of the recordings, who has to monitor the recordings, and you have to keep tweaking things back and forth. And obviously, you need a human for that.
Data mining with a human brain.
For sure.
Like understanding what the data is coming, why people are responding, not responding, what time. I agree that you need a human. Now, what is the most common, because you are being approached by many business owners to automate and to have the workflow and everything. What is the most common notion, misconception you can say, or something which is like AI, people don't understand and they reach out to you with the same thing? What is the most misconception of AI they have in their mind? What you would like to say about that?
So the misconception about AI right now, I see it's again those who are curious but not have used any other tool apart from GPT or all these common tools, is that they think there is some magical, there's some this expert can do some magic, and I can just sleep around and I can just take the money back from the business, and this AI can take over the things. But that's not the case. At the end of the day, AI is being made by the human and it is being managed by a human. It is not the case, and it's totally a misconception that you can rely totally on AI. You have to take care of it. Yes, you can automate your repetitive tasks. You can automate a lot of your mundane tasks. You can automate a lot of things. You think, like, for example, blue collar jobs taken over by AI. For example, copywriting. If you talk about copywriting, basics of graphic designing can be done by Nano Banana. Even I do. I'm sure you are also doing it. Basic of editing can be done by Nano Banana, which is a Gemini tool. This is a basic graphic editing you can do. Just replace a text in a image. You can do that by Gemini. Just a simple prompt. You just have to talk to AI and it can do that. Talking about the copywriting, I don't see any expert copywriter anywhere in the companies right now. It's because it's just a few prompts. You need to tweak it and iterate it, and AI can do that. Any AI, you don't have to have a paid plan of any tool or anything. So that's what.
Yeah, I agree. Recently, we met 2, 3 people actually for AI only, and it been approached. Like, I won't name, but a very known company who's into business consultancy, pretty well known in the world. They used AI to give the business report, and the client came back. Then why am I giving you $1 million if you're using ChatGPT and all? And that even I agree, because you need to have a ground level reality, because at the end of the day businesses happen with the people. It's not AI selling to AI, it's your product is being or your service is being sold to a human, and people somehow, because they have to save the money, the cost coming of hiring a team managing it, they want to replace it with the AI. Quick fix will not help you if you're planning a long term gain in the market. You have to sustain in the market. Keeping this in mind, now I would like to understand from you which tool you recommend for the business people right now. I understand you always say, and your perspective is very grounded, that you need to have a human understanding first, and then you need to have a AI layer to it, and then you only automate stuff. But still, if anybody who is listening to it and they would like to understand, I'm being a business owner and I'm a only single person, which tool you think will be the best tool for them? Do you have anything on the top of your mind?
Again, to identify a tool, you need to identify which problem do you want to solve. Okay, so every tool has a different perspective. It was built for a different to solve different purposes. Whereas talking about ChatGPT or Olama or Gemini and DeepSeek, these are like LLMs which is made for everything and anything. Claude and all these LLMs, you have sure heard about it. So these are made for all the purposes. But again, if we talk about, if you want to generate code, Claude is the best tool to generate codes, whereas GPT is not so efficient about it. If you talk about generating good images, obviously Nano Banana, which is a model of Gemini, a tool from Google, is a best mode. Now, how do you know that? You don't have to come to an expert for that. First, identify the problem you want to solve, and how do you know about which model is better at solving what problem? Every LLM, along with that, with their launch, they launch the documentation of each LLMs and which model of each LLM. For example, GPT 5.1, 5.0, 5.2, 5.3. Each model of this 1.1.2 have their different capabilities. You can check that on their documentation. What company is claiming. So, for example, 5.0 is good at generating these dashboards and everything. I might be wrong because the company claims a lot of more things as well. Right now, you can see that earlier GPT was not giving you the references from where it picked the references, but today's GPT is giving you references, whereas Perplexity is a tool. Perplexity is built on this foundation where this guy found that GPT is giving answers, but it is not giving you the facts. Where did you pick this fact from? How do I believe that you are not hallucinating? People are aware that AI is hallucinating for sure. But Perplexity is built on this particular whole ground. And Arvind Srinivasan did a very smart move because of this loophole which was there in OpenAI. And this Perplexity is a multi-billion company right now just because of this small loophole which GPT had back then. Right now, GPT is also giving that. Again, you can go onto the documentation of each LLM. All you have to do is just Google OpenAI docs and you'll get all the docs of this LLMs, and you can check that which model is capable of what. For example, 5.2 is good at creative thinking, so you can push it for doing creative tasks. That's what company claims. If the company is claiming, for sure it is being trained at the back end, it is being trained on that. So you can go to the onto that. So go to the documentation of each LLM. Even if you are using Claude, just go to their documentation. If you have had a paid plan, for example, someone is viewing this and they don't have a paid plan for Claude but don't have a paid plan for GPT, just simply go onto the documentation of Claude and see what are the capabilities of Claude. For example, Claude is very good at doing MCP to task, which was the very first initial move of all the LLMs, and that is was the Claude for MCP. The full form of MCP is Model Context Protocol, where the GPT used to just give you gyan. Used to just give you the information. It was not capable of doing tasks for you. So, for example, if you generate a PPT slide from it, it will give you the content, but it is not going to go ahead and build the slide for you. Right. So Claude came up with this of MCP, which is Model Context Protocol, where the your LLM is not just give you the information. Instead, it is gonna go ahead, select the slides, and do. You just have to connect your Canva. It is go ahead and create a slides, and from there onward, you can ask for the changes like you do, and not just a basic text. It is gonna do. This is just for generating slides, and again, you can also go for, like, you can connect your Booking.com. You can just go, I have a trip for this is my budget and I'm available for these days. Go ahead and book maybe a flight for me. So this LLM is going to go ahead and provide you the options. So that's what the enhancement of Claude is. Right now, GPT has also come up with a lot of MCP tools in its recent launch. Again, by the time this podcast will be launched, a lot of more things can come. But yeah, my take over here is don't compete with AI. Just stay updated, because it is changing like more faster than a weather.
Shruti, that's a very insightful thing you have shared with us. I would like to know few things from you. So, as you mentioned, content. Everybody is using content because they have access to all kind of tools. So even I have seen, I'm very active on LinkedIn and I've seen everybody is writing. Writing is not a forte for everyone because you need to come with the knowledge. And I see people and everybody is writing a long love letters on LinkedIn and everywhere. I'm not so happy about it, but that's a part of life. I would like to know that access which people have now regarding content, and you even see them using so much of content writing, posting daily. What you have to say, what advice you have to give to those kind of people who are using ChatGPT or all other tools, Gemini, not having a strategy behind? What advice you have for them?
Okay, so the strategy begins from the human's mind again. As we are seeing people, they are changing their imaging. Like, for example, they attended some public show and everything, and they found that, okay, my niche is not trending, but this niche is trending. So I need to tweak to this. The next morning you wake up and you give your things to your download to GPT, and again it gives you the, it will put the shit out. But the thing is, if you are yourself, you have complicated things in your mind, obviously your GPT will also do the complicated things outside, and it will not give you the correct output. Those people who say that my LLM is dumb, it is not providing me what I'm expecting, again, you have to do it, take the ownership on yourself. You are not clear, that is why your AI is not giving you the correct output. There's a lot of noise on social media. We talk about reels, we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about YouTube, we talk about shorts. For example, reels, you just open your phone and you got a notification from Instagram. You open Instagram, suddenly you go to the reels explore page, and you suddenly your 2.5 years has vanished. So what you have done is you have just done reel scrolling. That it is so addictive. But how do you differentiate yourself? Because the person is scrolling the reel back and forth, back and forth. How do you make the person stop to your reel? How do you make it so, good with the hooks and everything, that you make the person stop where the person is scrolling from 2.5 years, half hour, sorry. So for that, you have to again go back to your own thinking, the human thinking, have clarity in you. Again, break the points into simpler things, and then give a download to your AI, and it is going to give you the correct output. I myself is not a fan of writing, so I also do the GPT thing. But how do I differentiate is, I have done some customization in my GPT, and I have given it my writing style. I have given it my preferences. And obviously, I'm not changing. I have not changed it for like 6 months now. Instead, I was using GPT yesterday only, and yesterday GPT itself was giving me notifications. It's been a while since you have changed your custom instruction. So I am not changing my custom instructions for that long time. It's because I want to stick to that. Again, you are not, if you are doing some quick sheet, it is not going to do work. It might or it might not work. If you are doing something for a longer period of time, again, you have to train your AI for that, and then only it will be able to give you the output which can make you stand out in the noises of the social media.
Nice. Shruti, how to customize ChatGPT? I always listen that train your ChatGPT, give the instruction. Can you just share that knowledge with us, like how we generally do that?
Okay. So, talking about GPT, there are two ways where you can customize. First is, you might have heard of custom GPT, where you click on these four dots on the left panel of your GPT. There is a four dots, and there, if you click, you get a multiple things, just like App Store or Play Store. You get multiple. It looks like apps, but it is custom GPTs. People have built it on and trained all these GPTs on some particular topic or something. So if you, for example, if you click on those four dots and if you search for Hagen, there's an Hagen custom GPT. Now this Hagen custom GPT is only capable of generating how best output you can get out of your Hagen account, how you can generate those customized videos and everything. So you can give your prompt to this custom Hagen GPT and it will give you the output. This is one way of customizing the GPT, where you have, for example, if you have a law firm, give all the download of your law document. First, again, coming back to the human efforts, you have to have the documentation. You need to have a website. You need to have everything documented so that you can provide it to the custom GPT, and then a custom GPT is created. And your TM or you yourself can use that custom GPT back and forth because it is trained on the knowledge of your company only. That is one way. The second way of customizing the whole GPT for yourself is on the left side, you will get a settings panel. Click on settings, and there's a option of customize GPT, where you have to again go into that and put a custom instructions of how do you want your GPT to give the output of each and every question you ask. So I have given it. I've given it in a, like, you can keep it like, you just simple basic how you communicate with the humans. You have to communicate the same thing over there. No coding or anything. Just simply, for example, I have given it a custom instruction is that keep it very to the point. Don't give me fluff. Keep it factual based. Give me the outputs. Give me the references where you have picked these facts and everything. And because that is my preference. Again, you can customize this as per your preferences. If you want it to sugar coated, maybe you are into some, you know, uh, you are into politics or something like that. If you, obviously you cannot be that much of straightforward, and you have to sugarcoat things. You need to be diplomatically correct. So again, you have to customize that instruction for your GPT. So what this also again stands out for how your GPT is gonna give the output when compared to any other GPT any layman is using, and that is how you can create any GPT custom instructions. That it is just like communicating to a human.
Great. Now, there was an incident before I come to my question. The incident I would like to share with you all. It happened, we got one client for the business consultancy and we were doing the GTM, go to market strategy for them. And then the fallout happened after 2 months because whatever we were suggesting as a strategy, it was not working out with us. Then we sat down together and I asked the person, you tell me from where you are getting this insight. Because whatever strategy we are giving, you're just saying that no, it's not gonna work. From where you are getting your insight, you first share with us that. And the person told me, I have my custom trained ChatGPT with whom I do my brainstorming and I get the global data. And for that moment, I paused and I was like, there's no way I can argue on this now because the person is already trained to understand that this is how the world works, and it's better that we don't waste any more time with this kind of client. My question to you is that, do you believe that simply relying on AI, like the people maximum are doing, is it the most logical thing people are doing today when it comes to ChatGPT and Gemini or any other tool?
So, again, that's my personal take. Human intervention is very, very much important. You can also Google it. Like, there was an incident where Microsoft it launched a co-pilot, something like chatbot. Maybe I'm naming it wrong, but you can Google it. Microsoft launched some tweet, something, and this particular bot did, I think, thousands of tweet in just 24 hours. That the Twitter had to block their channel. Like, understand, you gave the authority to AI to manage your channel, and Microsoft's official page was blocked because of giving the authority to AI. You can also Google simply what are the most dangerous things AI has done till date. So you'll find AI has planned someone's death. Obviously, it does not have the capability to go ahead and put in that knife into it. But yes, it can do the things for you. It can give you that kind of ideas. There are like, if you talk these things to GPT, I want to know how to create a suicide bomb, something like that. Obviously, GPT is not gonna give the answer because obviously it is the policies disagree on that. But there are GPTs which people have created, which is gonna answer anything and everything. There's no restriction. You can simply just Google unrestricted ChatGPT and you'll find the URL for that, and you can ask anything. And when I'm mentioning anything, you can ask anything. You can talk about politics. You can talk about those dark secrets. You can talk about dark web with this unrestricted ChatGPT. You can Google. So and again, coming back to the point is, you cannot give the 100% authority. The biggest example I have taken is from Microsoft. If Microsoft got their official channel blocked because of giving authority to AI, a company like that has done that, we are nowhere. We are just into something like we are also trying and testing things out. So again, you shouldn't be giving 100% authority to AI. You should be giving, instead you give authority to a human that I trust you. Bring in an expert who is good with, not an expert like this person is like best in using ChatGPT, not like that. This person should be an enthusiast and should be sound enough technically, so that they understand that how the back end works, and so that they can get the front end working for you. Because all we are interacting with this open AIs and everything, we are interacting with the front end, not the back end. So the person should be capable enough of understanding the technicalities and everything. And I don't think that is something nobody in on the, even I have seen people like 12-year-old kids are on Instagram. They are teaching N10. I am selling those projects, but they are teaching me N10, and I'm agreeing to that. I have learned from them as well. So it is not something that a 40-year, it is not restricted either. If you are 60-year-old, you cannot do that. Or if I don't know coding, I cannot do this. Yes, I am also a non-coder person, and I agree that some point of time it does restrict you. But yes, again, this is the time where I trust AI. For example, there are times where I have to code in N10. There's a code node in N10. For those who don't know about N10, N10 is basically a workflow creating tool where you connect multiple applications and softwares and everything, and you can build your whole workflow. You can design the whole workflow. So that is what it. So there's a code node where you have to actually do the coding thing. Again, I don't know coding. Coding is just like reading Malayalam for me, because I don't understand Malayalam. I don't understand, neither I can read. So coding is same for me as well. But here is where I trust AI. I go to AI. I give a download that what I'm trying to build, and I want this code to do this work, and GPT gives me the code. And I won't say this goes fine on the first testing only. Obviously I have to do it like 10, 20 or 30 times at times. But yes, for someone who is who does know, who is know coding, who has learned coding, it is easier for them. But again, this is where AI has empowered people like us. We don't have to learn coding again. You can trust AI for this. So these are, you should be knowing where to trust AI and where to not to trust AI, because again, there are times where AI is hallucinating, and maybe again, I would say that AI is not hallucinating. We are not giving the clear instruction. That is why it is not giving that kind of output. So that, again, coming back to, it begins from you only.
It's a human working for a human. It's just that they're using AI to help themselves to make the process more easier. Okay, Shruti, you talked about Gen AI. That's a very interesting thing. But lately I'm hearing from all the people around me that it never gives you a consistent result. What do you have to say about that?
I think, Pragya, by consistent result, you mean consistent character, because that is
yes.
That is also, I am getting a lot of queries about it, and I see that is a very, like, it's okay if you're getting that, it's okay, you don't have to panic on that. You get 8-second videos from any LLMs. If you talk about the Google Flow Labs, it gives you 8-second videos. GPT has its Sora platform, which is for video generation. The problem over here is you're not getting consistent character. It's okay. I also don't get consistent character, but there are tools. Again, people found the loophole and they have created their own product on that. That is how you amplify. So this product, you can search, which is vvflow.com. What they have solved is this consistent character problem. So earlier, when shoot was done manually, it's being done today also. Although Jio Hotstar has launched Mahabharat, which is totally AI based, and this whole Mahabharat episode is on created on AI. No, they have clearly mentioned that no cameras or no humans were used in this the whole thing. But if viewers have seen that, I have also myself watched it, and it's very good. And what problem it has solved it, problem of location scouting and everything. So this application which I'm mentioning, app.vvflow, and you can search a lot of things, where earlier people used to do storyboarding manually. There were tools, they used to have teams for just doing the storyboarding. Now what is storyboarding is, one every each single scene has a storyboarding. What kind of outfit, what kind of expression, what kind of mood this particular character has, what kind of movement camera will have, everything has to be done, were written by humans earlier. That is what storyboarding is. This I'm talking about just one scene, and this way you have to create the whole movie. So exactly in the same way, if you have the storyboarding done, so this app.vvflow.com, basically in the first workflow, you have to use the images you want in the video. Use the images, then connect it with the storyboarding, where you, in the storyboarding, you tell that what do you want, what kind of camera movement you want. Even in the camera movement, what kind of camera you are using. Okay, what kind of camera you're using, what kind of depth you want to use. You again, that is, if you haven't done it manually, you don't know what to do, what to give. I don't come from a camera or something like that background. So those who are into this kind of industry, they know that what kind of mic has to be used, what kind of depth, what kind of focal length has to be kept, what kind of lighting has to be kept. That storyboarding you have to do first, then connect it for the further, because it is going to give you the output. Once you have the output, then again storyboarding comes in the workflow. Again you do the storyboarding, what kind of scene you want in the second scene. You again do the thing, then you keep on proceeding this way. And that is how you can get a consistent character. Now, to get directly by use, because this Gen AI is the most expensive AI.
Yes.
The email writing, talking about the email writing, or document reading AI, whatever AI is there, Gen AI is the most expensive because it uses a lot of credits and everything. Obviously, the output they are giving it's worth it. I find so. Talking about this Mahabharat episode, imagine if they had to shot it in real. It used to cost bare minimum a crore or something just to shot an OTT episode like that. Because Mahabharat episode is something you need to have a lot of outfits and the setups and those horses
Heavy
and
metal
everything.
armor.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that larger than life thing has to be shown. So if Gen AI can do that, obviously they might have done it in like even a half or 25% of it. So for people like them, it's a win-win game for with Gen AI. But for people like who are into, like, they are solopreneurs, video marketers who are just earning, living hand to mouth by just doing their shots and everything, video editors who are doing that. For them, Gen AI is going to be expensive. But how you can amplify that, the consistent character, is that storyboarding thing. You have to have the storyboarding. If you don't want to use this app vvflow.com, you can simply go on GPT and have a constant character storyboarding done. There's a storyboarding check, custom GPT, someone has made it. You can also use that as well. Just go on custom GPT and use the storyboarding thing, and there you put in your ideas. Once it has given you the consistent character script, start putting it. I'm not saying that it is going to give you the correct output back and forth, but what you have to do is you have to jumble. Like, for example, in the second step, in the first, it is closing the shot somewhere in near the car. You are closing a car. That's a shot in the 8 second. You are just closing the doors of the car, and that is the first scene. And in the second scene, you want to zoom out from the car. So, but in the output which you got from the Gen AI, it is again going inside the car, and it has changed the color of the car or something like that.
It's a major mistake. Yeah.
Change the streets for say. So you can just go back to GPT and say that this is the second script you gave, and this is the kind of output I am getting. It is not the first frame. Here again, you have to be very mindful about the first frame and the end frame. Once you have your first output, second time you don't start from video generation from the scratch. In the second output, you have to select the first frame. By first frame, I mean from where you want to start. As I mentioned, you want to zoom out from the car. The first frame has to be the car. It's the car, maybe the car color, the metallic color you are showing, and then you are zooming out. So the first frame is going to be that, and the last frame is the whole car you are showing. And in between that 8-second video is generated. That is also a way you can generate a consistent character. Again, it is not giving 100% output, just like a simple chat GPT does not give, but iteration and tweaking and everything gives the output, because a Mahabharata episode can be built on AI. Obviously it does. It just solves the problem.
But then you need a human expert sitting behind and writing
sure.
that right prompt.
That is the crux of this whole show, the talk show.
Yeah, that you still need humans to run your AI. Whatever you may try, but you need humans at the end of the day to run that show. They have done the Mahabharata, but they needed the team to sit behind and keep on doing that prompting business. That's a good one. Coming now to this thing, there's a trend. And it's a very common trend. And even in my team, I have this thing. Please don't use ChatGPT or Gemini or any tool to reply to my email. If you're sending out MOM, please write it down. They get all their AI taker and everything to the meetings. They take the note and then they're like, we are done. So now there's this generation which is coming up. Even my son, he's a 10-year-old and he's so much exposed to the tools. I wonder what will happen. Now, what you feel should be happening to avoid the addiction of AI? Because when there's a very common thing. I feel if you're using so much of AI, where's your brain gone? You're no more creative. So what do you have to say about that?
I totally agree to you, Pragya, and that's not just you alone. As a business owner who is afraid of your team member using too very much reliant on AI, but again, there are business people, business owners, those who are frustrated that their team is not ready to shift to AI. I have met people in corporate, like big four companies. They are like, these people are getting, they have got a deadline that either learn AI or leave the thing, or maybe you are not getting a promotion. That is the condition they are going through. So this is a stage again earlier where people, I think there's two phases in business owner, I would say. First is use AI in a hidden way. Now, this begins from the business owner perspective only. The business owner over here is, don't use AI. I have paid you, and I'm talking about only Indian market. I have paid you and you need to use your brain. I have not paid you to use any AI tool in my business. Okay. So again, employees are still using AI, but in a hidden way.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the first phase. The second phase is, which I would say all the business owners should be getting into it, and you should be appreciating your team members for using AI. This second phase is, I label it as known but stay aware, where this business owner is okay with their team using AI because he or she knows the power of AI.
True.
Right? So this person knows the task which they are, for example, something filling like Excel sheet every day, end of the day report, or maybe anything. You can automate that by creating a workflow, and you don't have to use any AI for that. Just a simple Pabdi tool, or maybe a workflow tool, which is gonna give you the whole, or maybe you create a Google form, it is gonna drop in all the things on your Excel sheet. It is that simple, just a simple workflow. So the second category I would say is he's known but restricted. What does that mean is, this business owner himself is using AI openly in his team, and he appreciates his team using AI. But again, he has clearly mentioned to his team that you use AI, but also amplify it by using human thinking. And that is, I think, is the smart move. At least in 2026, you should be appreciating your team members for doing that, because people are charging thousands and lakhs and everything just for teaching AI, which I already mentioned. It is not something, nobody knows what AI is capable of doing right now, because the founders themselves are still figuring things out for themselves. So how would we figure it out? So again, so you should be appreciating your team for using AI, but yes, be very upfront that I'm not, if I see ChatGPT open on your desktop, it is not something I'm going to be losing my minds. It's okay. But how do you differentiate it? You are a go-to GTM strategist, expert, but be very clear with your team that how do we differentiate it, and how do we make it clear that the client should be should be able to found the value out of what you have generated.
True that.
So first thing, talking about the workflow of this particular thing, you should be knowing the human process of doing whatever XYZ task you are doing. For example, talking about this Excel filling sheet. If you talk, you can, as I mentioned, you can do this on Pabbly. So simply just open on Pabbly. Pabbly is an Indian company. That is why I keep on promoting it. And Pabbly has a very good team support. I keep on mentioning it. Whereas you have make.com and stuff like that. But I've been a long time user of Pabbly.com. So just simply go on Pabbly, create a workflow where you create a workflow and you have to, for example, you have to fill a sheet and send an email right after filling the sheet to your team leader or something. Just simply create a scheduler, what time you have to fill the sheet and what are the details you want to fill, whether you want to fill it manually. If you want to fill it manually, you can use a Google form for that, or you can use a WhatsApp message where you send your EODR report in a WhatsApp message and it is going to capture those inputs from there. And again, it is pass it on and just fill it in the sheet. And the last step, it is going to send an email or WhatsApp to the team leader. That's a simple workflow you can get. And again, no AI is being used in this whole workflow. And it's the most cost effective thing, which we have been doing from 2021. I've been into this and this is simple workflow, no AI use. And even today, a lot of tasks can be done by creating a simple workflow and no AI is to be used. But how to understand where to use AI, where to use a simple workflow is, again, you should manually know what processes did I follow. For example, if you are writing a script for your reel, again, this is a very complex thing. The first 10 seconds of your reel is a very crucial part to make the viewer stop over there. So this requires a lot of research, a lot of your experience. So that is what this is where human intelligence is required. Where human intelligence is required, you can again go back to GPT and you can ask for a script and it is going to give you the script. Simply you can just say that I want the first 10 seconds are very hook oriented. It should get high CTR and XYZ. Obviously it is going to give the output, but it is not going to be something which is going to stand out. How do you differentiate it? Is this, you create a workflow, but again, you train it based on your all best performing reels. Simply download the transcripts of the best performing reels, feed it to GPT, create a separate project for that, feed it to GPT, the best transcript. And now onwards, just say that whatever script I ask you to do, write, make sure you follow the structure of this scripts I've provided to you. So now onwards, whenever you prompt to GPT for any upcoming topic, it is going to follow the pattern which you have given. It is not going to create its own pattern. So that's how you can differentiate. Again, using AI is not a crime over here.
That's true. But yeah, understanding that that's a two flip side of it, because we keep on getting requests from the people. So we are little, when it comes to not expensive, I will say, we know our work. Then the people with who are in a part of our team, for example, content, for example, we have graphic designer. They have certain salary attached because they're very creative people. And I, as a person, I always say I value humans more. AI is good to make your life easy, but at the same time, have the human interaction. What happened recently, we got one client, that too from a global market, not an Indian client, global market. We had a discussion and the person told me, why are you charging this much? And I was like, no, we are not charging this much. It's a market fit price and we know that because we have our own team who keeps on doing market product like proper fit and we have the latest pricing, what's going on in the market. The person told me, no, you can use AI to do the content, to do all this work. Why you need extra? I said two things. First, even to do it, you need a human sitting on and giving the prompt. Now, I can hire somebody from zero experience, you call it a cheap labor, but at the same time, that person will not be giving the best result. Or I can hire somebody who has the brain, understanding, knowledge, where to be human, where to use AI, and that person will come with a cost. Right?
Correct.
And then the consultancy cost and then the execution cost. Because at the end of the day, if you have so much access to everything, do one thing, you don't want to pay me, you do it on your own. See, there are two ways. Either you hire people to make the work happen or you do it on your own. But with AI, what has happened, what people have got into mind, it's cheap. It's cheaper. We all can do it. It will help us cut down the cost. Rather, what's happening, and that's the scenario in a startup. So, I see many startups. We met a startup company. They're going to launch their drink in the market. And there's another company which is launching a skincare brand. I will not name someone, but somebody is into a footwear market. Okay, they launched and their sleepers are expensive. Something which I easily get in INR 150 200 in local market, they are selling it on a good D2C marketplace starting at 750 rupees and the quality is not good. But what happened with the use of content, storytelling and all the fake brand presence thanks to AI and everything and the money they had, they entered the market. Now the game what's happening, it's very common. Everybody wants to launch the business, they want to be in the market, earn the money in 5 years, and leave the market. Come, maybe I invested 5 crore. Somehow I pulled out 10 to 15 crore and I will leave the market. Valuation hoga and I'm done. This is the mindset people have. Now I have a question for you. If there's a startup and they are there in the market and in an early stage they are using AI, how you think that will be helping them like starting using AI? I have seen people coming and telling me, I tell people to go for a proper product shoot. I tell them, if you don't have budget, okay fine, go for a AI shoot, it's okay, get, but at least have a good picture of your product. One and two, it will add on. What your take is on that, like how early a startup should be investing and using AI or simply rely on the AI?
Okay, so I'll share my personal experience over here. I'm about to get married anytime soon, so I keep on searching things like
Congratulations.
that. Thank you. So yesterday only I got an advertisement where they are selling a bundle of you don't have to spend, the hook was you don't have to spend lakhs on your pre-wedding photo shoot, and it is the hype right these days. So you don't have to spread like lakhs rupees for pre-wedding shoot. You just can do that using AI. Now this stopped me while I was scrolling through the Instagram.
This
I clicked on
interesting
it.
hook.
Yeah, so I clicked it, and it is for the first time I saw it. I clicked on it, and I saw they are selling a bundle of prompts which you can use on Nano Banana, and all you have to do is just upload the image of your couple, and it is gonna create those. You don't have to go to Greece to get that photo shoot done, which is a dream of every, not I would say couple, but every female has that dream of, I would like to get my photo shoot done in Turkey, where Siberian birds are flying at the background. I should be wearing a gown and everything. You can do that by just using a Nano Banana. And that's what they are selling at just a bare minimum price of 297 rupees. We are getting 2000 images, which even you have spent lakhs or 2 lakhs of rupees on pre-wedding shoot, you don't get that much of output.
True.
And even if you might be not liking it because you are, again, females are too choosy about it. But in AI, you can do a lot of things. You can make yourself look thinner, taller, fairer, whatever you want to do it. That's a very, exciting part of AI. But coming to the ground rules again, talking about the business perspective, uh, these things are good with the creative persons. But businesses are like, there are solopreneurs, SMEs and SMBs, and then talking about the big fours and everything. Big fours and everything, they have their own separate LLMs, which nobody has access to. I'm sure this is a new news for everyone over here, because I have met a lot of people though as are not aware that for a company like Microsoft, for a company like Mahindra, imagine just about the sales data they have till date. Even when you are not born, this company was doing sales. You might be a Gen Z or millennial, whatever you are today, but I'm just talking about their sales data. I'm not talking about their operational data. I'm not talking about their rejected cart list or anything. Just the people who have purchased their product, maybe a tire, bare minimum tire they have purchased from Mahindra. So they have a list of this. So the data is huge. And with this huge data, they cannot use a public forum like OpenAI, ChatGPT or Claude or anything. They have SLM. I've been mentioning about LLM back and forth. So this SLM is small language model. This is a higher version of what we talk about custom GPT. We can train our custom GPT for our requirements, but these companies has SLMs. And obviously, as I mentioned, if OpenAI can use like half a year of electricity of American houses for training of first model of this OpenAI, understand it also, this SLMs also consumes a lot of energy. Like it can take 3 months of electricity, which Indian houses consumes in just the first model of their SLM training. So companies like those top 500, they have their own LLMs. So they don't rely on these public forums. This is only for the public use. Yes, the employees might be using for their use cases for, tweaking their emails, for things like that. But They have their own SLMs available for them, and only restricted people, and not everybody. Again, this is the thing, not everybody in the company has access to those SLMs. Only those who are into some good positions on and have some authority in the departments, only they have access to the SLMs, because it is that much of crucial data of the company. Okay, so this is one thing. Talking about the solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, again, for you guys, you have to understand the manual work. Okay, so if you want to create something which can create YouTube shorts for you, you can get the work. If you don't know how to operate Pably, if you don't know how to operate na10.com, you don't have to learn that. You can just simply go to GitHub, search for, simply just go on Google and search for YouTube Shorts Maker Workflow N8N. You just simply do that, and you can find a ready-made template. You can download it, export in your N8N dashboard, just connect your applications, give the authority, and you can now post the videos and everything. But once you start posting, you will understand that this is not something I would like, or even this is not something my target audience would like to watch. Okay, so again, you will again come back to the manual work. Once you have done your manual work, you know what is working for your audience, what is clicking for your audience, what is the hook you need to use, what is the copywriting, what is the kind of designing you need to. There's NLP you also use in every branding and everything. So after you have learned yourself with your human intelligence this lot of things, then only you can shift for these workflows. And again, shifting to these workflows for SMEs, SMBs, they can have the they have the cash flow to bear with the what these AI tools and everything is charging them monthly, and because it does not give the correct output every time. So for example, it is giving you 20 outputs, out of that only 5 will be useful for you, or maybe 2. But what about those 12 trash outputs? You have paid for those trash as well. So for someone solopreneur and those who are just beginning up, uh, have a basic workflow, because it comes free. Don't use AI anywhere. Just use basic workflows, understand the process and everything, and obviously have human intervention, and then go ahead. Once you have passed through that, you have a better cash flow, and you know that you can pay for those trash outputs. It is okay to pay those trash outputs, because you are trading time over here. AI is nothing, but you are trading time over here. For example, you can, earlier as a human, you can best you can shoot like 100. If you have the best human capability and you can shoot 100 reels in a day, I think any robot can do that. But yeah, today, if you don't have time, you have shot 20 reels today, you can just simply go on Hazen or any XYZ such video creating avatar, and you can trade time over there. So again, you don't have to do it manually. You can ask your team to get the thing, use your avatar, and you are again using your efficiency. You are focusing on better things over there, because you have already invested in recording 20 reels. Now this avatar will be using your style and speaking style, your background and everything. It has got trained enough with your style. A lot of YouTube videos you might be seeing, they are using this avatar things. So yeah, they have recorded it themselves first and then passed it on to any such AI tools and everything. So that's what. Do it manually first and then move further with AI tools, because once you are okay with those paying for those trash outputs, then it is fine. Else it is gonna be a loss for you.
Now, would like to know, if you being a AI consultant and expert in your field and you understand, so if there's a small team, what you will think and suggest to them that use AI for what? What are the things you can use AI for in a small team setup?
In a small team setups, as I mentioned previously, you are now, because you already have like bare minimum 3 or 5 people in your team. So I'm sure you have basic cash flow going on. That is why you have hired these mind of people in your team. So you can start with the starter plans of AI tools and everything, and you can ask some your team member. Not, don't give access to all the team members, because again, it's going to charge you some money, and you're not okay with that right now. You're not at that stage. So you can ask an expert of your team who is enthusiast in learning technical things like of AI and understanding things. You can hand it over to them, and you can keep an eye and keep on doing. You yourself as a business owner, keep learning things, and then you can move for things further in that way. Because again, it has augmented the human capabilities. You have to, we all agree on that, and all the founders have also mentioned that right now the AI has augmented the capabilities of human, but yes, we are still not where they have vision for. So I would say for small teams, you can use these simple workflows. You can design multiple workflows. For example, there's an you might be designing a pitch every back and forth. So you have, you meet people, you pitch to clients every back and forth, like once or twice a week. So every time your team members sit and do the research and everything, you have to do that every time back and forth. But with a small team, you already have a set of standard, right? Like you have to do this research about the company, and then pass it on the deck, and then present it to the client. Now, since you already have a process to follow, you can pass it on to AI over here, where you use an workflow, and here this AI, you just pass it on the name of the company or the founder or whosoever, or the location, whatever you are you want to research about. Simply just whatever steps your human was following, you have to put that to in a workflow. For example, if you are doing a Google search, so the first step of this workflow has to be a Google search. In the Google search, you will be entering the keywords, as I mentioned, your company name or the founder name or the locality or proximity, whatever you want to search in. This Google search will lead you to their respective LinkedIn or Google My Business profile, whatever you want to search about. So again, in this workflow, you will be, the second step is gonna be, you will be using this Google My Business workflow, finding the Google My Business profile. There are multiple tools which can help you in doing that, scraping this data. There's a tool called AP5 you people can check. This AP5 can, like, it can do scraping from anywhere in the world. It can do scraping from any personal website. It can do scraping from Google. It can do scraping from Instagram. It can do scraping from YouTube comments. It's AP5, one platform. It can do scraping from anywhere, and it's not very technically challenging for you. You can just, there's a lot of tutorials you can watch on YouTube, and you can master it. So it's that simple. So the third step is going to be scraping from AP5, and then pass it on to any custom GPT of your trained model only. Don't pass it on to the generic GPT until and unless you have customized it for yourself. Once you have created a custom GPT, pass it on to custom GPT, and it is going to give the output which your team member have been following. And then pass it on to any PPT slide maker, which is, I'm sure, this gamma.com, there's a pictory.ai which can create slides for you. And there you go, my dear, you can create a simple pitch deck which your team was taking like 3 to 4 hours, or maybe whole day was going in for of your one of your team member in just designing the pitch deck. This one workflow, which will take, I think, bare minimum 15 minutes or under 30 minutes, it's going to create that. So again, it has augmented the capability of humans. So small businesses with small teams, they can use these kind of workflows. For that, you need to know the processes so that you can replicate that in the workflows.
That's insightful information, and will definitely help people who are watching it. Would like to know about leads now. So now you're talking about the workflow. I always see people crying about leads. We want to have, and then somebody made a reel about Apollo.io, and Apollo.io is nothing new, long time, but the data is not so important, not so effective. But people have made reel and it has gone viral, and everybody comes and say, leads we want, just use Apollo.io and you help me this and that. What do you have to say if somebody from the business background want to know how to get the leads? What suggestion, what tool you will recommend to them?
So I think we spoke about this a few minutes before off the camera, that the problem is not the camera. The problem is not the lead, it's the closing problem. You are not, you or your team is not capable of closing the lead. The lead is not the problem. So you think that if I get the bucket overflowed, my leakage will get rectified. That is not the case. That's a simple logic. You have to focus on the leaking bucket first, and then you can take over the flow of the water and everything. So, but yeah, talking about the tool, the logically AP5 is something where you can, as Pragya mentioned about Apollo.io, Apollo.io, if you are watching it in India, it is not applicable for people in India because it is trained, and the database is more of, I'm not saying you won't find Indian database over there, it is there, but that's my personal experience. I haven't found the correct audience over there. Again, as you mentioned, it is a backdated data. Apollo.io is more, if you are targeting people in the global market, Apollo.io is the very good tool for that. But if you are only targeting Indian audience and everything, I would say go back to ap5.com, and you can find your leads from Instagram, you can find your leads from LinkedIn, you can find your leads from YouTube. You can also scrape from YouTube comments, you can also scrape YouTube likes as well. You can also scrape people in their YouTube. For example, if your target audience is the YouTube channel owners, so you can scrape those emails as well by just using AP5. You don't have to manually go to everyone's page, or don't have to stay on the head of one of your team member with a stick that scrape each YouTube channel owner's email and go back. The whole day is gone by on just scraping this email IDs. AP5 can do that in like 10 minutes. So just enter the how many leads. For example, you want 1,000 YouTube channel owners leads. It's gonna go ahead, and there are different actors in AP5. Select the actors. When I'm mentioning actors means Instagram reel scraping actor, Instagram like scraping actors. So there are multiple actors, like thousands of actors, and a lot of actors are being launched every back and forth. So you can select which actor is for your use case, because every actor has a one-liner description. You can go through that and then use it for the use cases, and you can use for the scraping purposes. Again, I would say fix the leaking bucket first, and then go for the overflow of the water.
True that, I agree, because people make another and they are being little, you can say, have the silver lining problem out here. They see the silver shining object and they get just into that direction. Now, being said that, it's a very good thing that you shared about the leads. We have another question to you, because it's so interesting to know and understand the AI. When it comes to AI and people, being a founder, what you have faced so far, that when people come to you, what is the most common problem they come to you for? And what is the most common solution you have seen that this is something very logical? I don't know why they are missing out on this. So, what is the most common problems you have seen in today's business people are having in 2026?
Okay, so yesterday only I was on a call, and this guy is into digital product business, and he's here to learn voice agents from me. But what after we communicated and everything, he said, because I already run a YouTube channel, and there I've already taught how to deploy voice agents for Indian, because buying an Indian number is a challenge. That's also a take. So that's what I have posted a video on my YouTube, and from there he came, and he asked, I want to learn the AI, because for now I know that whatever is being taught on the surface level is only for the demonstration purpose, because when I deployed my agent, it was not even listening to me, it was speaking along with me. It was it was not, the latency problem was there. So it was not listening, not stopping, not taking that pause, not sounding like human. So that was the problem, and I was like, yes, that is what we need to solve at the back end, because there's a lot of things you need to tweak when you are deploying a voice agent. And it's not just about deploying a voice agent. Any agent, if you talk about WhatsApp agent, Telegram agent, email agent, this is a common factor that people think of, which I, as you mentioned, like what is that common thing which you see, whether you are a solopreneur or SME or SMB or whatever you are coming from. I have seen this common factor is that I deploy this voice agent and it is going to take care of this one particular thing, is going to be sorted for life. But it is not that case. You need to have a human to manage that. Maybe you can have an expert to manage that. You can pay them on a retainership basis, or maybe you can have your team member, your in-house team getting trained for that, and they can take care of from there onwards. So that is the mindset you should be having. The laying foundation should be there, that you shouldn't be coming with a mindset that if I have sorted out copywriting, it's gonna be taking care, this AI will do the whole copywriting for me, no human intervention is there. But that does not happen. You have to take care of it, maybe by your team member, or you yourself, or maybe some expert is sitting there and monitoring it. Monitoring is a very big problem with AI these days, and that is why I'm mentioning that we are still not where we have vision for. Once this monitoring problem is solved, then we can say that yes, we are receiving that state of AI where these founders has vision for. Like Tesla, like it is such a risky game. You are risking a passenger's life. There's no human driver over there. So understand the risk they took. Initial few risk for sure might have like initial few accidents have were also reported because of Tesla. Thankfully, this AI, what we are using on a generic, on a layman basis, it is not that much of risky. But yes, as I mentioned, like you can Google what dangerous thing AI has done. It has planned for a murder. It has planned for fabricating some legal documents. It has also, blackmailed employees for revealing their facts if you stop using, if you take over the authority from AI. Like you can find it. I'm not creating it. You can just Google it. What are the unauthorized things AI has done? You can simply Google that and you'll find multiple articles are there, but people are not aware. So that's what you should be aware, that when to use AI, when to not use AI. It is very exciting right now, but yes, you need to know the things which are being hidden from you, which are off the curtain. You should be aware, and then only use AI in that perspective.
Please don't submit each and every kind of data on AI.
Yeah,
Because in my
Sam
circle, I've
Altman
seen,
mentioned people are sharing their bank OTPs,
you know.
CVV numbers, and they are sharing their mental problems for things we used to visit the humans for psychologists. People are sharing that with ChatGPT, and Sam Altman himself mentioned that whatever you are sharing to GPT is being on a public domain, because what are they doing at the back end? They are consuming the data and they are providing, because there's a thing, whenever ChatGPT is giving you an output, you get to choose it is giving you two or three outputs. Then you choose which one you liked. What is happening over there? They are actually using the data of the whole bunch of the particular nation. I'm just talking about the one nation. So GPT, if it is only targeting Indian audience, it is taking the whole data of the Indian audience, because in India we are very much sensitive about talking about God. We are very much sensitive about talking about our mythology and everything. But in US, it is very casual. It is because it's just the traditional view over here. So GPT has trained for Indian audience in that perspective. Talking about in US is very much constrained about mental health, which is not so, not so important topic in India. Although it is happening right now, it's a good thing. But in US, it has been for a longer period of time. So things like that, it is being trained on a nation-based product. So that is why whenever you are sharing something like this, Sam Altman himself has mentioned that you shouldn't be sharing these things, because again, it is going on a public domain. So please be aware of that.
I agree. I have seen people in my circle and everywhere. People end up talking emotionally with ChatGPT, and I'm like, why? And see, there are two things. Because every story have two sides. The first side, the people say, because we can talk and we can be ourselves, and there's nobody to judge. The one
Correct.
thing, and the other thing, people say, at least we know somewhere we are getting right answer, like somebody's supporting our view. And for me, and what I'm seeing as a trend in the market, because when I'm running the businesses across, what I've seen, today's founder, they don't want to listen your no. They think I am right. This self-rightness attitude is a very harmful attitude, because to learn something new, you have to unlearn a lot. But now what's happening, because all these tools, AI, they think we know it. आप जो बोल रहे हो, whatever you're saying, we know it. And that's creating a problem, because then you're hampering. If you see, Shruti, in last so many years, we don't have a good brand coming up. People don't have that soul anymore. So many products are being launched. So many things are happening, but they come, they go, they exit the market. If they're in the market, they don't have any wow product. Like you and me. Like I remember my mom using the same face cream till this date. It's very hard to find. I will not name the product. But for me, I have to go somewhere. It's present there. They only get it for us. We have it. Now they are changing the product because the company. But I'm seeing people being sticking to the same product long. Now, thanks to AI, thanks to all the automation happening, it's a quick business. People come because everything is fast track. They want everything to happen with a snap of a finger. Now what happened? The things have been dying. Now when it comes to AI and creativity, these are the two things, and product. Three things goes hand in hand, because people are replacing everything with AI. Like the product, the packaging, everything is like chat chat. Let me have the prompt engineering and we will get it. What you have to say when it comes to AI, content, creativity? What's your take on it?
So talking about like how people have been talking about their own thing with AI is I remember about this. The cartoon I used to watch as a kid was Doraemon, where I used to laugh that how can someone talk to a robot and talk about their mental problems to a robot? How can this person rant to a robot? Where in today's date we are in that
Doing the same.
I have also done this, but yeah, I have not shared my emotion problem. But if you talk about the chat history I have in 22 and something back in that time, I was doing dumb shit over there. But now I would say I have, like, I'm not just a layman over here, because now everyone knows that what is happening and what is not. So that's what, talking about the creativity and everything, in 2022 things were just growing up, and as you mentioned, there's a lot of noise. For example, there was a Bitcoin rush, where people, those who minted their money back then, they are already out of the game right now. When it was an underdog thing, again there was a, uh, during the COVID, we said there were COVID coaches, a lot of COVID coaches, which has vanished right now. It's been 6 years now. So there's always a gold rush, which will keep on coming and keep on going back. But the thing is, what is your motive to be here? Talking about your content and everything, are you trying to solve a problem? Are you trying to just make money, or are you trying to just test it out, or do you want to just be a part of this gold rush? What is your motive? And that's what defines, and that's what differentiates, and that's what your LLM will also differentiate, if you have that clarity in your mind. If you are doing it for a longer period of time, if you want generational wealth, if you want to change your your generation with what you want to, what you are getting into, so this, any gold rush comes and goes, does not matters to you. That's because you know your stuff, what you are in, what you are visioning it for. So these things does not matters for you, because you are so mentally into that. Those who are just into the gold rush because AI is the hype and want to get into everything. I have seen people launching Ayurvedic GPT. I have seen people launching.
Seriously?
Yeah, and the tagline is it has got like 50 years of your grandmother's, something like that is the tagline. But those who know, as you mentioned, people are like, I know about this thing. So my take was also the same. This is nothing but just a custom GPT trained on a specific things and everything. Anybody can do that. You can simply create a custom GPT. Yes, coming to the differentiating factor, if I would have launched this Ayurvedic GPT, then it is, and how do I differentiate it from a custom GPT, is that I'm not just going to give you the information, no, just chatting, but instead it is going to go ahead and I'm going to be use the MCP capabilities, which I mentioned about in previously, which is the AI going ahead and doing the things for you. So for example, I would be creating a very beautiful interface, and I would use the backend as an, again, you can use the API keys and everything. You can use the custom GPT of yours, Ayurvedic, and you can create a front end where people are coming, and it has a very, Ayurvedic and greenery vibes, and aura is good and everything. So not just cleaning your food habits, but also it is going to give you the whole day your what you should be meditating, and basis on your preference and everything, you should, how can you can meditate. It can also provide you meditation in text. It can also provide you meditation in videos. It can also generate meditation for you in voice. That is how you enhance the experience of customer, and that is how you can play a long term game, instead of just creating a custom GPT and launching it, and then having your fingers crossed that I would get an funding for this and everything. So yeah, that's again my personal take on that.
That's true, actually. It's again a mediocre thing you're doing rather than mediocre. Look for your tea and figure it out and just do the best thing out of it. Would like to know, you talking about custom chat GPT. There's another rage in the market. AI agents. Oh my god, I'm being so much being troubled for the same. You mentioned about the like voiceover and training and all. So can you in the most simplest form explain to us and the people who are watching it what is AI agent?
If you have been watching this video for this long, you know what is a workflow, right? So you know what is workflow, and this AI agent is nothing, an AI implemented in this workflow.
Okay.
That's it. That is the hype, guys.
Just the person, like instead of a human brain, you have an AI who is just making that process happen.
But mind that even this AI agent works, at the end, the human approval is required.
Okay, still you need human
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your experience? What kind of all kind of AI agents are being used currently in the market?
I would say AI agents has opened a lot of doors because workflows were only restricted with integrating multiple applications and getting the things and passing the data from one application to another to third to fourth and tenth and hundred. That was workflow back then. But today with AI agents, it has opened a lot of opportunities. You can use multiple AI agents in a single workflow, multiple AI mind in a single workflow. There's no restriction on that. So, for example, you can find your trending topic from Reddit, and you can see what people are talking about on Reddit. Again, you can use AP5 actors for that on the first node, and you can grab the data from there, and it is going to grab hundreds and thousands of data for you. Obviously, thousands of data is not relevant for you. Now, you pass this data to an AI agent brain where you have already customized it for. Again, I'm mentioning customization again and again because you have to know the process yourself first and then only you can customize. So this customized AI in this after this workflow is gonna find which are the correct topics which has worked earlier for you. Okay, based on that, it will gonna be shortlisting maybe 10 or 20 topics for you. Just one line topics till now. Okay, once that is out of 1,000, we have shortlisted 20 topics, trending topic, and these are last 24 hours of topic. After this, you are gonna pass it on to some keyword research. Those who were doing SEOs back then are now doing GEOs, which is generative engine optimization. That you might have seen AI giving you suggestions for which, if you want to buy a good footwear, it is going to recommend which footwear you can use. It also recommends good YouTube videos. It also recommends good LinkedIn profiles. So what is that? That is just people have done GEO, generative engine optimization instead of search engine optimization. That is the next thing. So once that is done, based on the GEO, it is gonna give the first final 5, and these final 5 topics you can take it forward. You can ask it to send it on your mail or on your WhatsApp, whichever 5 topics you liked. Now once you have approved it, again you send it back. That is where human intervention is involved in this whole workflow. You send it back and then again AI runs a run through, and based on your scripts and everything, it will generate a script maybe for your YouTube short or maybe for, again, it has to be platform based because not everything, people say we can cross populate the content, but it does not happen in reality. Those who have done it, they already know the results. Yes, you can do that, but for the visibility, but if you are doing it for growing your account, it does not happen. So now using your previous scripts and everything, this AI is going to write a script for that 1 or 2 topics you have approved. And once you have that, so understand, out of thousands of trending topic from the last 24 hours, you shortlisted of that. Then from 20, you generated, you search for a keyword research and everything which has worked for your profile. Then you did pass it on to AI to write for the script and everything based on your previous scripts. And then you have the final AI script ready. This has again augmented your capabilities. If you want to post reels every day, and you don't have a team, if you're talking about the small business owners or solopreneurs, you don't have a team to do the research, but you are okay with recording yourself, or maybe you can use Hagen for just reading the script. So you can use Hagen and you can do the posting daily. It has enhanced your capabilities in that way, and that is what I would say is AI agents are capable of doing. That is using the operations, the capabilities of multiple tools, and then again using AI, customized AI for your use cases, and then processing it further. AI agents has helped us to, amplify all of these things in a single platform. And for this, the best emerging tool is n10.com right now. For those who open it for the first time, you might see it, you might find it very complicated, but I'll tell you, I coming from a technical background using Pably for like 3-4 years now. I also struggled a lot learning in N10 because again, if you want to be into this industry and tech and everything, it is my personal take. I am very much, I get that adrenaline rush by doing some technical things and everything. So learning N10 also took me 6 and 7 months, and it was a lot of hard work because when it was launched, nobody was there who was teaching it. Again, this is a phase where nobody knows where we are going, what we are doing. Everyone is figuring it out, and it's okay.
Finally, you figured it out.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Still figuring it out, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. But if we have to say, for example, I'm a non-tech person, I understand, but that's not something my cup of tea. A person like me, can I build my own AI agent?
Yeah. So, if you have heard about vibe coding, So Lovable is a platform. If you talk about Indian companies, it is Emergent Lab, which is an Indian company where you just give a prompt and it is gonna do the task for you. Basically, if you want to build a website, you can just give a prompt and it is gonna build your website. Again, that is, you don't have to know coding, you don't have to know about hosting and everything. So if you want to create a workflow, which I mentioned about creating scraping the viral topics from Reddit and then passing it on and everything, you can simply share your idea on Lovable, and Lovable is gonna ask you for to integrate your GPTs and everything. Again, it is gonna ask you about integrating your API keys if you are aware. API keys are nothing but just integrating your applications, giving the authority to use your application. You are giving authority to Lovable to use your GPT, and that's it. That's the only thing you have to. It's just like your unique identity number you will be providing. Every API key is unique, and that is what you give to Lovable, and that's, you don't have to click and connect and drag and drop and everything. You just share your idea, it's gonna do things for you, and you just test. And I'm not saying that on the first take it is gonna be the exact what you have expected, but yes, it is gonna be 50, 60, 70% is gonna be there, and obviously you can iterate and make it better.
So thank you, Shruti, for sharing this knowledge with us. This makes sense. Actually, a person like me who is not into tech, I'm not somebody who loves tech a lot, would rather have somebody doing it for me. But I know it's a need of an hour. See, AI, tech, tools are the need of an hour, and everybody needs to have this kind of knowledge. So, what you shared with us makes complete sense that a person like me can also build up a AI agent, though it will be needing improvisation, but with time, I think everything can adapt. Our question to you: what is that one skill you feel a person should definitely have at this age, at this digital, or you can say AI age, to survive and to sustain in the coming years? What that one skill you think should a person have?
Firstly, you should not be guard railing or gatekeeping anything in like, I don't want to use AI. It's just something. It's a gold rush right now, and it's gonna come and go. For a fact, AI is not gonna come and go. It is gonna be here, just like smart driven cars are here. So whenever something like this, the change comes into the world, it's gonna there. It's gonna stay. Like Bitcoin rush was there, but it is there. It is here. A lot of coins are coming out. In fact, Indian government has also come up with laws of Bitcoin trading. Earlier, it was not here. So it's there. When the things come in, uh, people do adapt. If the nation is adapting, the government authorities are adapting. Talking about AI, I recently went to Banaras, and visited the Kashi temple. They have an AI chatbot which can actually, you can chat with it, and it is going to help you. If you are visiting for the first time, it is going to help you do the things you like, from where you can get your tickets, what are the best time to visit, what are the rituals you need to follow, what kind of outfit you need to wear. Things like that can be answered by AI, and they are using an AI. And obviously, they have trained it for the back end is being trained by a human. So again, a government authority is using it. A government authority is adopting it with time and everything. So this is something, it is not going to be there. That is your first, you should be adapting that it is not a gold, it's not just a gold rush right now, it is going to be there. Yes, the capitalization, the marketing and things and stuff will change. Like today we have a lot of crypto coaches in India. Earlier it was not there, people only learned it from in a hard way. Talking about AI today, today in 2026 where we are sitting, there are a lot of experts you can reach out to just to learn AI. Like if you want to learn simple AI, how to use GPT. Like I know a guy from Israel who is just teaching you that how you can not just use GPT like a layman, but his niche is how you can customize GPT. Now, this is not again a custom GPT or something, but how you can have the bestest of the best output from GPT. And he's there. I've seen him creating, like I've also learned a lot of things from him, like customizing the GPT. I learned it from him, but it is his niche. He's only there. It is his branding. This guy's from Israel. So people are only doing Gen AI, they are only doing working on Gen AI. So if first know your perspective, that what you want to create, what are the things you want to serve for. If you're here to amplify your creativity, find a Gen AI expert and go to that. If you want to have a generic AI knowledge download, find a expert on who is teaching like things like I do N8N and stuff. They can teach you everything. But if you want to only learn GenAI, then I'm not the right person to do that. I know how to use GenAI, how to do video editing, how to do but the person who is only doing GenAI, they are the better person to do that. So that is a long time game show which we talk about. Know your motive. What are you here for? If you want to be a part of the gold rush, you want to build a company, you want to have funding and everything, obviously you can create anything from AI. As I mentioned on Lovable, you can go on Lovable's testimonials, and even as I mentioned, an 8-year-old kid has funded, I think, 100 billions or something. Lovable, it's on Lovable's official YouTube page, and Lovable has already mentioned it on their website as well. So it is not that difficult. Pragya, as she mentioned that she is not so sound enough with technical. She is okay with the front end, but does not want to indulge into the back end. So Lovable is for people like them. Like you just want to talk to AI and do the things at the back end. You don't have to take care of the back end. So vibe coding we talk about, it is for them. So there are people who are only teaching vibe coding, nothing else. So find these people, learn, and you can grow. And when I'm talking about growth, if you are from a if you are a working profession, you can grow in your respective fields, because it's going to amplify your productivity and everything. And if you are a business owner, first you learn, and then, because the leadership follows from the top, and whatever you are doing, your team will eventually follow it along. So that's how things have been working. And again, you need to first learn the basics and then go to the advanced. You shouldn't be like I mentioned, it took me 6-7 months to learn anything, and I am at 2026. I charge fair amount of money just to deploy one workflow. But I know I have spent a lot of time, and I know I have to spend still a lot of time in designing that particular workflow, because it is so very much customized. As I mentioned, a lot of customization, and then even after the customization, the output is not that much of correct or appropriate, which the client has paid me for. So things like that comes in a very hardship way, but it is not that hard.
It's all about your attitude. How soon you need to understand. Again, not on the snap of a finger. It will take time.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that 10-minute delivery. I always tell them. In all the episode, I always go and tell them, 10-minute delivery has spoiled you all. You feel it will happen.
You break a lot of red lights for the 10-minute delivery.
Exactly. Don't do that. Understand sustainable living is also a part of life. That's the best thing. So Shruti, if one advice for all the people who are eyeing on AI, what one advice you have to tell the founders, the business owner, the brand manager who want to just have the AI in their team? What one advice you think will make sense to them at this point of time, when we know, after talking and discussing with you, that we are on the onset of AI? A whole new world will be there, but we are just on the onset. We're just starting out. What one advice you have to tell them?
So if you're just starting off, and you are here to survive and have money for sure, obviously you get into the gold rush, because AI is the gold rush. Anything, like even a washing machine has an AI
Yes.
into it. So what is that AI is doing in that washing machine? It is understanding the water as per the clothes you have put into it. What water level is required, that is intelligence, is what is doing in a washing machine. There's an tool where you choose what you want to cook. There are like 2,000 or 5,000 recipes downloaded into that, and you can choose that recipe and just provide the ingredients as per the quantity mentioned in that, and it's gonna cook for you. That's also an AI. But my one advice to all these people is gonna be, uh, first, don't be afraid of it. Second, don't think you are gonna go ahead of AI. You cannot, because I'm talking about GPT 5.23 right now. It might, like, by the time this episode goes live, there might be GPT 5.10 because it is going that fast. So you cannot surpass the speed of AI right now. Just learn and be updated. By being updated, I mean, if you can solve your own problems, a thumbs up for you. And as Pragya mentioned, a lot of people have an attitude, I know how this is done. This is also a wrong attitude, because you are also using AI. She is also using AI. I am also using AI. Our team is also using AI, and it is not something. It is just like how we were using. Like, I started my journey in Times of India, where we were asked to not use Google for writing this copywriting. For we used to write for abroad colleges as a content developer, and we were told, don't use Grammarly for writing your content, which was a crime back then. But today, person using Grammarly is a double thumbs up. People are giving like, okay, it's a perfect thing. But today, the owners are like, don't use AI. But it is like just same like you should be using, like how we use Google, how we use WhatsApp, how we use Instagram. Using AI every day should be treated like that, and nobody should be afraid or opposing using it. That is my only take. And if you want to launch your own thing, uh, just see how you can serve more than what AI can do. And by AI, if this is available on any XYZ LLM, how your product is enhancing the customer's experience once you have launched your product. That is what you should be looking for. And it's yes, it is a gold rush, but yeah, it's gonna be here for longer period of time.
That's very nice and insightful, Shruti. Thank you so much for joining us on this show. And thank you, everybody who's listening to this. After this discussion, we understand the AI is here to stay. AI is here for us to understand that we are gonna have a co-living conditions now with the AI. But at the same time, AI is exposing the mediocrity with which people are launching product, running their business. So this is the age where we need to understand we have to be, as Shruti said, more human to make sure that we stand out from the crowd. Not just launching a mediocre product will sustain you, rather, having a human intervention, human understanding layer will help you. Thank you, Shruti. This was
Thank
really
you, Crutch, for
insightful.
inviting me.
It was really fun to be with you and discussing AI. And thank you for everybody who is watching here. And we will be sharing Shruti's LinkedIn connection details. And you can ping there, you can reach out to her, you can DM us to know more about how you can reach out to Shruti and solve your AI business problems. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Shruti.